Okay, so good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so from since tomorrow onwards, okay, the slot exams are starting. So I will not be starting a new lecture or a new topic. Okay, so I just want to discuss whatever we have means covered for this subject till now. Okay, so for your slot one syllabus, the notes which I have shared in the Google Classroom, the syllabus is up to note number 9. Okay, of for my part. Okay, and I hope Principal Sir has told his syllabus also. So combining the two, you will be given the slot 1 questions. Okay. Okay. So I just want to ask that uh, means is there any portion where you want that it should be repeated? Okay, in my part, since you have gone through the notes, I hope. Okay, because there are in the starting we have discussed about the means the basics of the control system, and then we have discussed about the how to represent a control system in the form of a block. Okay, so and the block comprises of transfer function. Okay, so as for the definition of transfer function, it is the ratio of the Laplace transform of an output signal to the Laplace transform of an input signal, considering the initial conditions to be 0. Okay, now every block is a transfer function, is represented by a transfer function, and transfer function are represented in S domain. Okay, so that means any system which is in time domain, if you want to represent that particular system, any system is any operating system, any means you can say any machine or a robot or AC, fridge, whatever, any system, any appliance which is an electrical system or maybe a mechanical system. Okay, or anything, or an electromechanical system, whatever. So every system can be represented in the form of a control system. So what is the purpose? Because the control system, if you are converting into a control system, that means you're converting the entire system which is obviously in time domain, because every system in real world is in time domain, because we perform every operation with respect to time, because time is our reference. Now for control system, we transform the entire time domain into S domain, and S domain is a complex domain, okay, which has a real axis and an imaginary axis. Now since it is a two-dimensional domain, okay, and a complex domain, the S domain, so it has to be represented in the form of a, we can say, block diagram. Okay, it is represented in the form of block diagram, and the block diagrams have different blocks. So one particular block represent input, oh sorry, the forward path transfer function, which means that the system is represented in that particular block diagram. That means every system does not have a single block, because the system has different parts. Okay, so every part has its own input, and it is not always that it will be a simple structure. Okay, so it will have more than one feedback, it can be having more than one summation point. Okay, so but basic thing is that we consider the entire system to be in a one block, and there is a feedback which is coming from the output. Okay, now the feedback, why it is feedback required? Can anyone tell why feedback is required in a system? What is the problem? If you have an open loop system, then what is the problem? Why we close the system using a feedback? Can anyone tell?
So for accuracy and minimize the errors.
Minimize the
Sir,
error.
feedback is needed due to a required output.
Required output. That means desired output.
Yes, sir. Desired output.
No, yes. Basically, yes, you have told it partly correct, but the thing is that feedback is used for comparing the output with the desired output. Okay, so that means in the input we are giving a signal. Okay, and the signal is such a signal that we are expecting some output with that particular input. Now whether we have achieved that particular output or not, that we check. Now we can check using a particular meter. We can check with a particular meter. Then what is the purpose of feedback? Feedback means if the output is not desired, that means if you are expecting an output and you are not getting the desired output, then the problem is the system is not operating as expected. So with the help of feedback, the system will itself realize that it is performing with some error. So there is some error in the system which the system is realizing itself, and as it realizes, it takes necessary actions to minimize the error. That means it has a control unit or a controller unit within itself. That means a stable system is a system which is a closed loop system which has a feedback and a controller inside it, so that when the signal which is coming out as output, it will check whether the output is equal to what input is given, or as the user is expecting the output, whether the output is as per the desired value or not. If it is not equal to the desired value, then the feedback will be there. So there will be some error signal. So the error signal will be fed into the controller, and the controller will take necessary actions, necessary changes, and it will feed that control function or control signal to the particular plant. Plant means the actual operating system, or the actual system which you are using. Okay, that means if I want to represent, because I already told this, but just I'm revising that once again. So this is one block. Okay, now this is another block. Now this is another block. Okay, now this is one input signal. Okay, this is the output, this is the feedback. This is summation point. Okay, this is suppose RS, because the whole block is represented in S domain. Okay, this is summation point. Summation point is represented like this. Okay, then there can be a negative feedback. So this is a controller. Suppose this is G1, forward path transfer function. This is another forward path transfer function. This is the main system, main plant. Okay, this is the main plant. This is the controller, and this is the feedback, HS. Okay, so this is the input signal. It is going like this.
सर स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं है.
Oh, screen से नहीं है. Sorry. I think there is a network issue. Okay, so there was actually network issue which was lagging. Okay, so this is the just a system, okay, where RS is the input, okay, RS is the input, G1 is one forward path transfer function, G2 is another forward path transfer function, CS is the output, okay, is the output, CS, it is in S domain, HS is the feedback, all of you know. Now there are two forward path transfer functions because the first one is a controller, it is a controller, okay, it is a controller. Second, it is okay, so this one is a controller, okay, this is a controller, and this is the plant means the actual system, okay, this is a plant and this is the feedback. So this input, you are giving us some input and there is an output we are getting, but the output will be checked using a signal or a feedback. This input signal CS will be traveling, it will enter over here, then after it comes into the feedback, okay, there is a measuring unit. Suppose the output is a temperature, suppose it is an AC, so temperature, so temperature is sensed by a thermometer inside. Now a temperature in degrees Celsius cannot be fed to the AC because the AC, which is the actual plant over here, okay, which is the blower part, it cannot sense the temperature input, it has to sense voltage input or current input, okay. That is why the feedback, which is sensing the output, okay, in degrees Celsius, it will sense and it will convert into an equivalent signal depending upon the input, okay. That means this particular signal. So this CS is the input of this feedback, or output of the system is actually the input of this feedback. So it is converted into a desirable signal which can be utilized by the controller. Okay, so this is RS and BS. So RS minus BS will give us one error signal. Okay, this is an error signal. This error signal is fed into the controller. As the error signal increases, the control operation changes. Then it is giving some input. Okay, suppose the input is IS, suppose I1S, okay, or you can say this is a means control action, okay. So control action, I can name it as say WS, suppose I'm giving a WS, okay. So this WS is input as a in the plant, so plant is checking and it is controlling as per the, means it is operating as per the control signal, okay. So after that again CS is entering, then if the temperature is achieved, the feedback will say that the temperature achieved, so it will signal VS, and if BS is equals to RS, okay, then the error will be 0 because RS is voltage actually, suppose it is voltage, okay. So that voltage is entering G, okay, G1 controller, so controller is sensing that okay, voltage V is given or V1 is given, so I have to give this amount of performance so that the ACs will operate and give that particular input, okay. Suppose input is 20 degree and you are converting the 20 degree into S domain and you are giving the signal in form of voltage, okay, VS. So the temperature is suppose 25 degree, so that is given as feedback, so accordingly error signal goes. Now if it is 20 degree now, then the error signal, then we are getting actually Vs. Okay. So the Vs won't be over here. The 20 degrees Celsius will enter over here in the feedback, and this will convert into Vs. And you will check that this input is also Vs or V1s, output is also V1s. So the error will be 0, and so no control action will be performed. The controller will operate as it was operating, so no changes will be there. So the plant will operate as it was operating. Okay, so this is the importance of a feedback. So feedback is required for a closed loop system, so that if the desired output is not achieved, then the feedback signal can help in achieving the desired output, because the feedback signal can be utilized for making some control action in the system. Okay, there is a controller part, so controller part will perform the control action depending upon the feedback, depending upon the error signal as received from the feedback. It will perform accordingly, and it will try to minimize the error. And as per the control action, the output of the controller, it will be passed on to the plant, and the plant will operate, and it will produce the desired output. And once the desired output is obtained, okay, the output is as per the desired input, then the feedback will be sent once again, and it will not produce any error signal. And that means the plant will understand that yes, my performance is as expected. Okay. So this is a closed loop system and the importance of feedback, which you know, and just I am going through there once again. Now tell me that in a closed loop system, okay, so there is a method that for any system, if it is a complex system, you have to go for the there is a technique which is called block reduction technique. Okay, because the transfer function of every system is required. Okay, because till now you have studied that since you have entered into the portion of stability criteria, you have undergone the Rao-Thorich criteria. Okay, and I think you have also gone through the I think Nyquist plot is not done, root locus is done. Okay, so can you tell me why root locus is done on a system? Why root locus is done on a system? What is root locus and why it is performed? Anyone? What happened? Why root locus is important?
Sir, to find where poles are possible.
Repeat.
Sir, to find the reason where poles are possible.
Poles.
Yes, sir.
Poles are possible. Poles can be found just by seeing the transfer function. Pole, if you see the characteristic equation or if you see the closed loop transfer function, you can very well understand that where are the poles. So why root locus is done?
Sir, or stability of a system. Sir.
Stability. What do you mean by stability of a system? What do you mean by stability of a system? ये जो मान लो कि AC का एग्जाम्पल दिया है, ठीक है, the input you are giving, you are getting an output. If the output is not equal matching with input, it will perform, it will give a feedback error signal to the controller. Controller will do some operation, and then it will signal the plant that your temperature output is not good. You take this signal and you perform, then your temperature output will be as required. So this is the closed loop transfer function, closed system. So it is operating. So what is stability? How will you define stability in this system?
सर जब वो अपना डिजायर्ड टेम्परेचर पर पहुंच जाएगा सर तो वो स्टेबल हो जाएगा।
स्टेबल हो जाएगा। अगर नहीं पहुंच रहा है तो
तब वो अनस्टेबल है सर।
अनस्टेबल है। That means a system which is facing some disturbance, after facing the disturbance, if the system is able to achieve the desired output with zero error, then it is called a stable system. But a system which after facing disturbance, or rather you can say after a rapid change or any operation in the system for which it is unable to produce the stable output or desired output, because the output we are expecting, it is not able to deliver that output, that means the system is not stable. Okay, so Rao-Thorich criteria you have studied. So tell me, what is the condition for stability of a system as per the Rao-Thorich criteria? मीन्स एक सिस्टम को Rao-Thorich में जो करते हैं, ठीक है, एक इक्वेशन लेते हैं हम लोग, ठीक है, वी टेक इक्वेशन, isn't it? So equation in the S domain, so was x cube plus x square plus as plus constant equals to 0. तो पहले बताओ ये जो इक्वेशन है, इक्वेशन का नाम क्या है? मतलब इक्वेशन है एक्स क्यूब प्लस 2s स्क्वायर प्लस 4s प्लस 7 इक्वल्स टू 0। इक्वेशन को क्या बोलते हैं? किस चीज का इक्वेशन है ये? किस चीज का इक्वेशन है ये देखा है ना तुमने? इस चीज को हम करते हैं, फिर ऐसे एक टेबल ड्रॉ करते हैं, एस क्यूब एस स्क्वायर एस देन एस टू द पावर 0, isn't it? होता है ना ये?
Yes, sir. It's a characteristic equation.
Characteristic equation. What is that?
Characteristic equation.
What is characteristic equation?
सर 1 plus GSHS equal to 0.
1 plus
Yes,
GSHS कहाँ से आया?
सर GS is the transfer function, HS feedback सर।
फीडबैक तो कहाँ से आया? 1 plus GSHS क्यों लिया? GSHS सिर्फ क्यों नहीं लिया? और सिर्फ GS क्यों नहीं लिया? 1 plus GSHS से क्यों लिया हमने?
सर क्योंकि डिनोमिनेटर में सर 1 plus GSHS ही आता है सर।
For the negative feedback system.
डिनोमिनेटर में तो GSHS था मुझे पता, लेकिन डिनोमिनेटर क्यों लिया? डिनोमिनेटर पूरा GS by 1 plus GSHS पूरा क्यों नहीं लिया? मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि नल से पानी क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? तुम बोलोगे कि टैंकी खाली है। टैंकी क्यों खाली है? मैं वो पूछ रहा हूँ। Why we are taking G1 पर GSHS? Why not
So उसी
हाँ बोलो।
सर उसी पे सर पूरा सिस्टम डिपेंड कर रहा था सर। अगर वो 0 हो जाएगा तो सर वो सर उसका सर ट्रांसफर फंक्शन का वैल्यू से इन्फिनिटी चल जाता।
नहीं, वो 0 कैसे होगा? GS अगर कोई फाइनाइट नंबर है, HS अगर कोई फाइनाइट नंबर है, ठीक है, तो 1 plus GSHS तो 0 कभी नहीं होता। 1 plus GSHS 0 क्यों करते हैं? देखो एक सिस्टम, ठीक है, एक क्लोज लूप सिस्टम जब हम लिखते हैं, ठीक है, नेगेटिव फीडबैक के साथ 1 GS by 1 plus GSS लेते हैं, ये क्लोज लूप सिस्टम है। तो मतलब ऊपर है न्यूमरेटर एस डोमेन में है, नीचे है डिनोमिनेटर एस डोमेन में है, ठीक है। न्यूमरेटर में क्या है? न्यूमरेटर में है GS, डिनोमिनेटर में है 1 plus GSHS। अब जो एस डोमेन में होता है, ठीक है, न्यूमरेटर में तो न्यूमरेटर में जो इस डोमेन में जो भी इक्वेशन आएगा इसका, तो उसका रूट को क्या कहते हैं? न्यूमरेटर में जो रूट होता है उसको रूट को क्या कहते हैं?
तो
जीरो
जीरो
जीरोस। और डिनोमिनेटर के रूट्स को
पोल्स।
पोल्स। सो अब ये बताओ कि एक सिस्टम अगर अनस्टेबल है तो उसका पोल्स और जीरो से कुछ लेना देना है क्या? If I draw the S domain, okay, if I draw the S domain, S plane rather, this is sigma, this is j omega. मान लो कि न्यूमरेटर में दो जीरोस है, एक जीरो यहां पर है, एक जीरो यहां पर है, दो पोल्स है, चार पोल्स है, एक ओरिजिन में है टाइप 1 सिस्टम, ठीक है, एक यहां पर है और दो यहां पर है कॉम्प्लेक्स। तो इससे क्या पता चलता है?
सर स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ अ सिस्टम को पता चलता है
तो
सर।
इसमें क्या पता चलेगा, स्टेबल है कि नहीं है?
यस सर।
बोलो क्या है, स्टेबल है कि नहीं है? तुमने बोला कि इससे पता चलता है, तो बोलो क्या स्टेबल है कि नहीं है ये?
स्टेबल है सर।
कैसे?
सर सारा पोल्स लेफ्ट साइड में है सर।
अच्छा, अगर राइट साइड में होता तो
सर तो अनस्टेबल हो जाता
अनस्टेबल
सर।
होता। अच्छा, जीरो जो राइट साइड में उसका क्या है?
सर पोल्स से डिटरमाइन करते हैं सर।
जीरो का कोई इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है। आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग यस और नो। दैट मींस द स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ अ सिस्टम इज नॉट डिपेंडेंट अपॉन जीरोस, दैट यू वांट टू से। तुम तो वही बोला ना आगे, पोल्स के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है। So rather the general stability of a system is mainly dependent upon the poles. So if there are poles on the right side, then the system is unstable. That is correct. That means we have to determine whether there is some pole on the right side of the system or not. ठीक है? Yes or no? Are you understanding? That if there is a pole on, because the statement which you have given is correct, that the poles, if all the poles are on the left side of the system, that means the system is stable. If there is a pole on the right side, then system is unstable. So our target is for understanding the stability of a system, we will just first of all, the first criteria, because the Rauthodge is not fully efficient in determining the actual stability of a system. It may not determine, okay, but a system which is stable or not, just for a glance we can understand by seeing whether it is on the right hand, poles are right on the right hand side or not. If right hand side, then we will declare that it is unstable. Left hand side, we will say that it is stable. That is why if poles are so important, that is why we will only concentrate on the denominator. That is why we will concentrate on the characteristic equation, और rather से डिनोमिनेटर 1 प्लस GSHS। अब इसको अगर जीरो लिखते हैं तो मतलब कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन जीरो क्यों लिखते हैं? क्योंकि जीरो लिखने से हमको s का वैल्यू पता चलेगा, s का रूट्स क्या है ना। हमको पता चलेगा ऐसे कि s माइनस अल्फा 1, s माइनस अल्फा 2, अगर ऐसा है इक्वल्स टू 0, 1 प्लस GSHS, मान लो कि ये GS है, ये HS है, ठीक है, तो फिर 1 प्लस करके हमको s का वैल्यू निकलेगा, s का वैल्यू निकलेगा, ठीक है ना, वैल्यूज क्या है। तो दैट मीन्स इफ द वैल्यूज आर ऑन द राइट साइड, देन वी विल डिक्लेयर दैट इट इज अनस्टेबल। गॉट इट? यस और नो? Hello, did you get it?
यस सर। यस सर।
यस सर।
Okay, now tell me that in Rauthodge, now you have understood that we are using the 1 plus GSHS. Now, suppose these values, how will you understand? Suppose this, after calculating, we are getting some value, say this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, we are getting this value. So how will you understand that whether the system is stable or not? The Rauthodge criteria you perform this way, isn't it? This one, this minus this one by this one, then you get A, then over here it is 0, then you get B, फिर से यहाँ पर ये करते हैं हम लोग, फिर C मिलता है. तो ये करने के बाद A B C I am not calculating, I am just writing. ये कैसे पता चलेगा कि सिस्टम स्टेबल है कि नहीं है? इसका नेक्स्ट स्टेप बताओ कैसे होगा, एक्सप्लेन.
सर ए और सी से दोनों ग्रेटर देन 0 होना चाहिए, पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए.
पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए. क्यों? अगर नेगेटिव हुआ तो
सर वो अनस्टेबल है देन.
अनस्टेबल. मान लो कि ये जो है ये 1 और 2 है, ये मान लो कि ये नेगेटिव है, दोनों नेगेटिव है, तो अनस्टेबल है, ऐसा.
यस
साइन चेंज होता है वो सर.
अच्छा, अगर
तो
ये
साइन के
दो,
तो रूट्स बता.
हाँ, अगर दोबारा चेंज हुआ तो, अगर दो बार साइन चेंज हुआ तो, अगर एक बार साइन चेंज हुआ तो अनस्टेबल, दो बार साइन हुआ तो भी अनस्टेबल. लेकिन एक बार साइन साइन चेंज हुआ और दो बार साइन चेंज हुआ, उससे तो पता चलेगा कि अनस्टेबल है. लेकिन उसमें डिफरेंस क्या है, एक बार साइन चेंज होना और दो बार साइन चेंज होना?
सर कितना रूट से राइट हैंड प्लेन में वो बताता है सर साइन चेंजेस.
Yes, so that means if the sign changes once, that means there is a one pole on the right hand side. If the sign changes twice, then there are two poles on the right hand side. That means as the number of sign changes you get on the first column of the RH criteria, RH table, that means that many number of times, that many number of poles are there on the right hand side. Okay. Okay, so this is the criteria for Raoult for each. Okay, now okay, just I will just discuss that for a closed loop system, that stability, you just you will be studying the Bode plot also, because root locus you have studied, you will study the Bode plot, then Nyquist plot. Okay, because Nyquist plot is also important, because a open loop system, it is unstable, so it can be stabilized using closed loop system also. So that is means the closed loop stability of a system is rather means the Nyquist plot gives you a better idea to understand the stability criteria of a closed loop system. Now in block reduction technique, as we have gone through, okay, block reduction technique, we have done this particular lecture. In this lecture we have discussed how the block reduction technique is performed. Okay, how the block reduction technique is performed. There are few techniques. You must go through these techniques, okay, because these are very important. Okay, so depending upon these techniques, then you can apply the block reduction technique method. Okay, I have shown you a few examples. Okay, so you must go through those examples. They are very important. And then we have come across the Masson-Gain formula. That is signal flow graph. First of all, signal flow graph, because any complicated closed loop structure, okay, every complicated closed loop structure cannot be the transfer function cannot be obtained by reducing the block. So block reduction technique cannot be applied. Okay, that is why we go for the signal flow graph. So signal flow graphs helps us to convert the particular block diagram, okay, into a simple SFG like this. Suppose this is the signal, this is the block diagram, this one, sorry, this one. So you can transfer this entire block diagram into a signal flow graph like this. Okay, so with the help of the signal flow graph, it is quite easier for determining the or reducing the block. Okay, because to find the overall transfer function of the system, so just using this Masson-Gain formula, Masson-Gain formula is over here. Yes, Masson-Gain formula. Okay, so there is a delta value, delta and delta k. Okay, so you must go through this. Okay, this is very important, these topics for your semesters. Okay, then we have the time domain. Okay, time domain is there. So why time domain is important? Because this is a time domain response, because how the output is you are getting, because once you convert the in system from time domain to S domain, you are able to check whether the system is stable or not. for finding the stability of determining the stability of a system, S domain is important. But how is the response you are getting as in the output? That is also important, because you are giving an input in time domain and you are converting the entire system in S domain, and you are obtaining the result of the output in the S domain, and you are determining the stability of the system. Suppose the system is stable or system is unstable. So why the system is unstable? You have determined the system is unstable. So determining the stability of a system is necessary, and S domain conversion helps us to determine the stability of a system quite easily. So you are converting the whole into S domain. Now if the system is unstable, then what do you have to do? Because you have to give some input signal to the controller. The input signal has to be in time domain. That is why we have to again find the Laplace transform, and you have to bring back into time domain, and we will see the actual output. So how can we modify the output, modify the controller so that the output is desirable? Okay, that is why the time domain analysis is important. That means every system which is in time domain is represented, transformed into S domain, and again in time domain to see the output, so that we can work on it. Okay, because the system is actually in time domain. Okay, so this was the output response of a you can say unit step function is there, but this is the output response of a second order system. So what is order, what is type, that you have all understood. So these are important. These short questions comes in the MCQs. Okay, then these equations must be memorized, okay, because these equations also, questions may come that find the peak overshoot, what is the settling time for system. Okay, then we come across the steady state error. Okay, like this, and the damping ratio, all these things, eta. So these are quite important. Okay, so you must go through this. Okay, so when is your control area system exam? And few students have reported that their names have not been included. Is anyone present over here whose names are not included? Means they have been texting me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Achha, your name is not showing in the control principle of control system subject. And what about the other subjects? Means your names are showing in the other subjects, but not in control system subject. Like, is it like that?
Sir, only one subject is added in LMS.
One subject is?
Added
Microprocessor
only.
and microcontroller.
और सिर्फ माइक्रोप्रोसेसर
Yes,
कंट्रोलर में
sir.
दिखा रहा है तुम्हारा नाम,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
बाकी
sir.
में नहीं दिखा रहा है. अच्छा ठीक है. But have you reported the other faculties also?
Yes, sir.
You have reported other faculties also. Okay. Okay, so let me see. By today I will try. Okay, so that your names are entered. Okay, so then thank you. So you can prepare for the exams, slot test. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.